In a surprising turn of events that has sent ripples through the gaming world, Konami, the venerable Japanese video game giant known for franchises like Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill, has abruptly withdrawn its long-standing $29 million lawsuit against Cygames, the innovative studio behind the wildly popular mobile and PC title Umamusume, Pretty Derby. This legal saga, which began brewing in the shadows of Tokyo's patent courts back in March 2023, had all the makings of a high-stakes corporate showdown, pitting two titans of the industry against each other over allegations of intellectual property theft that could have derailed one of Japan's most beloved modern phenomena. At its core, the dispute centered on 18 patents held by Konami, primarily related to intricate game mechanics involving virtual horse racing simulations, stamina management systems, and probabilistic event triggers, elements that Konami argued were the secret sauce behind their own legacy titles like Winning 11 and Pro Evolution Soccer, but which Cygames had allegedly replicated without permission in Umamusume's addictive blend of anthropomorphic horse girls, intense track competitions, and gacha-style character collection. Umamusume, Pretty Derby, launched in 2021 to explosive acclaim, transformed the mundane trope of horse racing into a vibrant, character-driven spectacle where players train and race ethereal horse girls, inspired by real-life equine legends like Special Week and Silent Suzuka, weaving in elements of idol culture, dramatic backstories, and pulse-pounding races that have captivated over 10 million downloads worldwide, spawning anime adaptations, merchandise empires, and even live concerts that pack arenas with cosplaying fans chanting along to theme songs. Konami's initial filing demanded not just the hefty 4 billion yen, approximately $29 million at the time, in damages, but also an injunction to halt distribution of the game entirely, a move that would have been catastrophic for Cygames, a subsidiary of the cyber-agent conglomerate, whose revenue streams heavily rely on Umamusume's ongoing success amid a fiercely competitive mobile gaming landscape dominated by titles like Genshin Impact and Fate/Grand Order. The lawsuit ignited fervent debates across forums, social media, and industry panels, with fans decrying it as a bully tactic from a fading powerhouse. Konami, after all, had pivoted hard toward pachinko machines and esports licensing in recent years, shedding much of its creative edge, while legal experts dissected the patents in question, revealing a web of overlapping claims that blurred the lines between innovation and imitation in an era where game design borrows liberally from predecessors. Cygames, ever defiant, countered with public statements asserting their innocence, pouring resources into R&D to differentiate their systems, such as the unique Umamusume training arcs that emphasize emotional bonding and narrative progression over rote simulation, and even accelerating global expansions like the upcoming Steam release slated for June 2025, which promises enhanced graphics and cross-platform play to lure Western audiences long starved for such quirky, heartfelt content. As the case dragged on for over 2 years, amassing court filings thicker than a Derby winner's trophy case, whispers of backroom negotiations surfaced, fueled by mutual interests, Konami eyeing potential licensing deals or tech collaborations, and Cygames seeking to avoid the PR nightmare of a prolonged battle that could scare off investors and players alike. Then, in a quiet announcement just days ago, the gavel fell not with a bang but a settlement, terms undisclosed, but with Cygames staunchly reiterating that no infringement ever occurred, suggesting a financial olive branch rather than capitulation, perhaps a lump sum payment or cross-patent truce that allows both sides to save face. The gaming community erupted in relief and speculation. Twitter timelines flooded with memes of horse girls galloping triumphantly over Konami's logo. Reddit threads dissected the what-if scenarios of a shutdown, envisioning fan petitions rivaling those for Shenmue's revival, and analysts pondered the broader implications for Japan's patent-heavy ecosystem, where aggressive IP enforcement has stifled indie creators and funneled creativity into safe, iterative sequels. For Umamusume enthusiasts, the drop feels like crossing the finish line unscathed, preserving a game that has masterfully humanized the thrill of the turf, turning statistical odds into stories of perseverance and camaraderie, much like the real Derby contenders it honors. Yet, this resolution leaves lingering questions. Will Konami's retreat signal a thaw in their litigious stance, or merely a tactical pause before targeting the next upstart? For Cygames, it's a vindication that bolsters their underdog narrative, freeing them to innovate further. Rumors swirl of VR integrations and expanded lore that could elevate Umamusume into a multimedia juggernaut rivaling Pokemon's ubiquity. In the end, this chapter closes not with bitterness but a tentative harmony, reminding us that in the high-octane world of gaming, where fortunes are won and lost on split-second decisions, sometimes the wisest race is the one run to mutual benefit, leaving the track clear for the next generation of dreamers to sprint toward the horizon. As players log back into night, breeding their ultimate stable and cheering on pixelated fillies under stadium lights, they can breathe easier knowing their derby dreams remain unchallenged, a testament to resilience in an industry as unpredictable as a photo finish sprint.